Located about 300 kilometers from Nairobi within the former Rift Valley province is Samburu County, a vast and largely semi-arid region that covers an area of 21,022 square kilometers. The county, which is home to 224,000 people, is characterized by the magnificent and rare physical features such as the towering Sapashe Rock, which is an amazing landmark along the Isiolo-Marsabit Highway at Archer's Post. This unique physical beauty makes Samburu stand out as a filming destination of choice for local and foreign crews. The Lesiolo Peak at Malasho Escarpment near Maralal is a renowned destination for the popular Safaricom commercials that are shot on the floor of the hill, giving a spectacular aerial view of the subjects, triggering an exciting imagination of a flight into the cosmos. Welcome to Samburu County, the home of diverse cultures and striking geographical beauty. The ethnic demographics of Samburu are dominated by the Samburus, who form the majority of the inhabitants, the Turkanas, the Rendile and Boranas. Samburu County constitutes three constituencies, namely Samburu North, Samburu East and Samburu West. The new Constitution of Kenya 2010 heralded a devolved system of governance structure which brought with it the position of a county governor and a local assembly. In the March 13th general elections, the electorate of Samburu elected a digital age governor, one Moses Kasaine Lenol Kulal, who brings with him a wealth of experience from the NGO world in managing the resources of this vast county. The 39-year-old graduate of economics and philosophy is an experienced hand in developmental matters, having steered various NGOs in managing their programs in the agro-pastoral economy. The youthful governor embarked on the arduous task of redeeming the county from the many years of marginalization and underdevelopment with unrivaled zeal. The County Assembly has 26 members, 11 of whom are nominated, representing 15 wards. This cluster of leaders' task is to deliberate on the legislative agenda under the guidance of the Assembly Speaker, Honorable Lelegwe Eltumbesi Steve.
One, there's no equity in distribution because we believe, and all members of this honorable house believe, all wards are not equal in the number of children that attend schools. So a formula is required to ensure that equal distribution is done to all children, because I might have higher than another colleague. So we must find a formula through which we must use to distribute this bursary equally.
The seat where the representative government of the people by the people of Samburu conducts its business is a splendid masterpiece of modern refurbished chambers that is a near replica of the National Assembly.
Among over 100 students, less than 20 are beneficiaries. So I just kind of want to ask, what is the fate of these other remaining students, not only from my ward, but from the entire county?
The first task of rolling out the activities of the county after elections was to build capacity for service delivery by putting structures and recruiting staff at various cadres. This, as spearheaded by the Chief of Staff, Mr. Bosco Olesambu, was no mean task.
Being the Chief of Staff, essentially I'm the principal advisor to the governor, and I lead a team of advisors, including the legal advisor, the political advisor, the economic advisor, and the governor's press unit. I relate basically to all departments, all the county executive committee members, and the county assembly, and the county public service board. Apart from the induction training, we've also had short-term professional courses locally and abroad. We have had, I think, 2 teams go to Israel for administrative courses. We have had several courses, technically and professional courses locally in Samburu National Reserve, in the Samburu Lodge, and also in Mombasa and Nakuru.
Samburu County is endowed with huge potential, ranging from its major livestock industry, as practiced by the pastoralist community, to tourism and agriculture. But the exploitation of the vast potential has for many years been threatened by insecurity, which is manifested in cattle rustling and poaching. The governor's most urgent task, therefore, after assuming office, was to secure the lives and property of Samburu residents.
When we came in, of course, we came in with very many challenges. The biggest of all is security. You remember when we came in, Samburu was known for insecurity. The killings that happened in Baragoi, where we lost 43 government security personnel. There was banditry, there was cattle rustling, there was poaching, and general thuggery. I'm proud to report today that as a county government, our major investment has been to secure Samburu County. We've been able to go down, talk to our communities, transform the thinking that cattle rustling is no longer an issue in today's Kenya. And I'm proud to report that ever since we came in, the number of incidences associated with insecurity have significantly gone down. We've not had any incidents, particularly in the northern, within the borders of Samburu County. The challenges now we have is beyond our borders.
Though cattle rustling has been a stubborn menace in the county, impacting negatively on the lives of the youth, the introduction of community conservancies has proved to be a very rewarding strategy in forestalling conflict among different communities living in and bordering the county. Many youth now find worthy engagement as community rangers. This has turned out to be a very effective strategy in dissuading them from cattle rustling activities, even as they become custodians of community resources and responsible development agents.
I'm proud to say that we've been able to establish conservancies across the county now, all the way to the north, to the tips of Lake Turkana. And slowly these conservancies are growing. We hope to also attract investments in terms of hotels. There is already interest to put up hotels in these conservancies, a 6-star hotel at some stage. And we hope that once the communities get to realize the potential of the conservancies through promotion of tourism, we'll be able to finish issues to do with poaching, issues to do with highway banditry, and transform our economic status.
Unanipata baba? Tulitrainiwa, tukapatiwa skills za ulinzi, kulinda wanyama, kulinda misitu na kuleta amani kati ya wananchi ama wenyeji ambayo wanaishi katika Samburu County. Tumejaribu pia kufunza watu namna ya kulinda mazingira, na pia tumeonyesha watu namna ya kuleta amani, kwa sababu tangu sisi sasa marangers tulipoandikwa, saa hizi hakika ya kwamba wananchi wamekuwa katika hali ya utulivu. Ukijaribu kukombea na hiyo wakati mwingine, saa hizi ng'ombe fulani inaweza ibiwa kutoka ubande ya juu, ubande mwingine iletwe ubande ya chini, ambaye ni ubande tunasema ni ubande wa Turkana. Hakika hawa marangers ambaye ni scout imeandikwa na county, wanachukua hiyo jukumu ya kwenda kuambia ama kueleza ama kuhubiri namna ya kuleta amani ndani ya watu, ni kuhakikisha ya kwamba hiyo ng'ombe imepatikana na imerudishwa hadi kwa wenyewe. Tunafanya kazi pamoja, tuna patrol pamoja. Hakuna ile kusemekana bari ya kusema hii ni rangers ya Turkana ama hii ni rangers ya Samburu. Sisi wote tumewekwa pamoja na community kwa ujumla wamefurahia.
Hii conservancy imetusaidia kwanza kulipia watoto wetu shule, na pia imetusaidia upande wa ulinzi. Hii askari ambayo tumeandikiwa na county ambayo ya kisasa, ni ukweli kabisa tumekaa na amani, imetuchanganya sisi pamoja. Mbeleni hatukujua kupata habari ambaye inatendeka Baragoi ama Kagwap ama Mariti ama wapi, lakini kwa sasa iko na tofauti kubwa sana. Tumeona faida ambayo tumepata kutokana na hii askari ambayo tumeandikiwa na county. Sisi kabila mbili ambayo tulikuwa tunaishi hapa, tulikuwa tunasosana Samburu na Turkana kwa sababu ya nyasi ama kutoelewana maji. Wengine wanasema wengine hawezi ama juu, wengine wanasema wengine hawezi ama chini, lakini hiyo yote imemalizwa na conservancy hii vijana ambayo tumeandikiwa na county kuandikia Samburu.
Na gari, wakiwa na gari over. Roja. Wakufanya femi over. Roja.
Sasa tunaona tumesaidika kwa sababu hata wanyama sasa maybe hisi ya Samburu kiibwa na Pokot tunaenda tunaongea nao inarudishwa, ya Pokot ikiibwa tunarudisha kwao. Sasa inakuwa ni mzuri kwa sababu wote tunasaidiana, na sasa tumepata basi nguvu kwa sababu tumepatiwa na serikali kasi. Tungeomba tena sana tuongezwe tu wengi kwa sababu hapa hivi tunakaribia boda hapa hivi ni boda, ukiona hapo hivi chini ni boda kati ya Samburu County na Pokot County.
The county government has bought a number of vehicles that go into facilitating security operations in the conservancies in ensuring mobility and quick response to distress. Samburu County has always been food insecure and often depended on other counties for food supplies as well as government relief supplies to feed its residents. However, the new county government has invested heavily in the last 1 year in order to redefine food supply fortunes in the county.
To transform food production practice in Samburu County from subsistence to commercial. So actually we are aiming at commercial agriculture. We want this county to feed itself and all its citizens and if possible feed its neighbors. As a county government, we embarked on a very ambitious program of food production starting from last year. We bought 21 tractors with the equipment, that is plows, arrows, and planters. And that was able to raise our area under cultivation from 4,200 acres to 11,800 acres. In addition to the equipment we bought, we also provided seeds to the farmers, about 75 tons of seeds which were planted by farmers.
Rainfall in Samburu is very erratic, and livestock being the economic mainstay of the county, the government has moved to secure livestock by drilling more boreholes to supply water and also vaccinate the animals against common epidemics that usually decimate large stocks of sheep, goats, and cattle.
Samburu County is rich in livestock. It's our mainstay, actually over 80% of our people. And we are focusing livestock in terms of production, how to enhance production. So we want to improve the breeds of livestock, mostly from our traditional to high-yielding breeds like the Boran cattle, the Boran goats,
they are known for more meat and more milk. So we want to improve the breeds of the pastoralists so that we can compete nationally and internationally in terms of livestock production. It will not be complete without ensuring that our livestock are disease-free. So one other agenda of the department is to make sure that our livestock are disease-free. So what we are doing is to make sure that we vaccinate our livestock.
Na kijoki na ganta yashe tangarang na bagire to ne yakita yuale dawa kiti ka do ngamata pani kitere montare ngamata na tuana teletingake lakini gore siaba kinere montone kitere montare me asi kito duana ka jo ke wa ka ibelege ntare me ta ke spati nake ketere to nake lo dawa na kijoki na anta yashe tangarang na inere to nchoyo ashe tene bongai kiata na ngamata na tun torno do yantare na ke entare woleng meta iro daga boye na dua ye dawa meta dawa loni lakini ko tuma pantare nyakata ine nyamal ta bi kiremshi neji dawa tentere mogi na yo ngamata ya kitarni ne shuntari
magonjwa mingi zinakujaga wakati wa kiangazi. Kwa mfano kuna kuaga na kwa busi goats kuko na CCPP, contagious capillary pneumonia, kwa Kisamburu inaitwa Kipei. Alafu kuna chipad goat pox inaitwa kwa Kisamburu ni narere. Kwa ng'ombe kuna hiyo ugonjwa ya foot and mouth. Kwa ngamia kuna hemorrhagic septicemia. Halafu kwa mbwa kuna rabies. Wakati county government ilikuja tuka request watusaidie na PPR vaccine kwa sababu tulikuwa na shortage sana. Kwa good luck wakanunua 9,000 doses ya PPR which we had to cover the whole Samburu County.
Livestock accounts for 80% economic dependency for the residents of Samburu County, and a market day like this one in Wamba is testimony to the significance of this industry. Traders come from as far as Nairobi to buy livestock here, where about 2,000 animals are traded in a single day. Through community structures, the government has given some assistance.
Jina anaitwa Muda Deno Darte. Sasa sisi tunatoka county ya Nairobi. Tunanunua hapa, tuna supply Alinga, wapi, ikipewa tu order.
Soko ilianza 2002 kwa ushirikiano ya community na county government. Tukaanza kuanzisha ushirikiano ya co-management 2007. Na ushirikiano wetu inaenda mzuri kulingana na vile tunafanya na county government. Community pia wameweza kufaidika kwa hii soko kutokana na revenue ambayo tunaokota. Na revenue yetu hapa awali ilikuwa 50-50 basis na county government, lakini tumepiga hatua kutoka 2002 mpaka sasa hii watoto wetu wameweza kwenda shule. Pia unable wameweza kusaidika kulingana na pesa ya community.
Kuwa hiyo kuna peroto poko tata anamaga nikiti Kenya kata ito kuwa ke panguse te mukuri ata iwele no tuwa ke mpo ata bagi yopi naage na kona lewa inin ashe wele na utu na mata nyoka kana kono sogi jangam geri tuto na di yo kono sogi agi ambiyo lamber da na ko miatel biashara na uwa ta sogi na buna tuwa na ngo sal biashara ni na igala lamika wele.
Tumeshukuru pia government kutuletea hospitali hapa karibu na isoko, sababu hospitali yetu sasa iko karibu kumalizika na ndio key tumekuwa tumelia hapa sana. Wafanyabiashara wanakuja hapa wanapata challenges ambaye kina mama wanaweza kujifungua kwa soko na hakuna ambulance ambaye inaweza saidia hawa kupeleka hospitali. Lakini sasa imekuwa rahisi kama tumeweza kupata hospitali hapa karibu. Sasa hii barabara imekuwa mzuri, county government wameanza kutengeneza. Kuna mmoja ambaye amekuja sasa ameniambia Sherman, hii barabara imekuwa mzuri. Tulikuja siku ile tuliweza koma, lakini sasa imekuwa mzuri.
My name is Benson Lerte, Ward Administrator, Wamba East Ward. I want to thank the county government for actually giving to this community this very important facility. The community has suffered for a long time, actually for seeking for medication. They walk for 20 kilometers from here to Wamba Hospital seeking for the same. Mortality rate has actually gone higher for all that time. But I thank the county government for remembering them, and the facility is going to serve them well, not only the community, but also those people who will come to this market. So.
School fees. As a county, we provide security. We make sure that security is well in place. We support our herders in terms of ensuring that the livestock are healthy. We also send veterinarians into this market every time to do surveillance on disease control.
Previously, the literacy level in Samburu stood at 80%, and in reversing this trend, the government has laid huge emphasis on school enrollment by expanding the early childhood development program across the county.
Most of our children in arid areas learn under trees, and to make sure that they come out of that, county government constructed 90 ECD classrooms. We constructed 90 ECD classrooms. Some are complete, some are still ongoing, but our main objective is to have the 90 ECD classrooms built.
In the last 1 year, 90 ECD classrooms have been constructed. The government has spent 90 million shillings in the construction of 90 ECD classrooms, in addition to 320 ECD teachers deployed in the badly affected areas. The county earmarks to establish 150 ECD centers. Donyo Wasu ECD Center in the interior of Samburu South is one such project that the county government has funded in construction of classrooms and school feeding program.
Na furaha sana kabisa kwa sababu nimefumulia mwaka mingi hapa shuleni, lakini samani sina mchara, lakini sasa niliandikwa na county. Vile nimefanya hii mkono kwa sababu niko na nguvu kabisa ya kusomesha hii watoto. Na ninapenda kusomesha.
In ensuring that children remain in school even in times of drought, the government has committed 55 million shillings towards the school feeding program, in addition to 30 million shillings for bursaries in high school and colleges.
The coming financial year, we have programmed to provide learning materials and play materials for ECD classrooms or student kids. As a way of motivation, we have identified all students who got A- and above in KCSE. And as a motivation and also as being role models to others, we have given them to go as interns into the secondary schools. They are now giving some guidance to others in school, assisting where there is a shortage of teachers. We find that the main economic activity here is pastoralism. And parents opt to have some kids look after the animals and some go to school. That is also an area that we are seeing that it's affecting education. We have introduced a program, out-of-school program. There is an out-of-school program that is ongoing, whereby Morans and girls, some aged girls, who go to look after, and in the evening, they come to classes. We have those programs in the area.
To make sure that we support our school-going children, given the poverty levels, the illiteracy levels, we want to bridge that gap as a county government and support the secondary-going children through provision of bursary. We've allocated close to 60 million in this financial year. We also wanted to promote our university-going children. We've given scholarship, particularly to promote critical courses like medicine, pharmacy, law, so that we also have one of our own coming to service our people. And this will also promote retention, because once our children know that they have bursary through secondary school education and there's possibility of accessing scholarship besides the bursary to other university students, this can promote education within the county.
On higher education, Laikipia campus has expanded its tentacles to the county and has opened a campus in Maralal town offering various degree programs. Last year, the county government was able to prudently manage and appropriate its revenue allocation of 2.8 billion shillings with minimal structures in place and smoothly adopted the Integrated Financial Management System, IFMIS.
Our budget in the year financial 2014-2015 will be 3.4 billion, and 59% of that budget will go towards recurrent expenditure, and 40.1% will go to capital expenditure. And that one is in line with the requirement of the PFM Act and our Constitution, that 30% of the funds should go towards development. So we are way above the requirement of the law. We are IFMIS compliant. Initially, we had problems with connectivity because we were using dongles, but we had to liaise with the IFMIS Academy, and now we use a system that's called point-to-point. So our connectivity is okay. So we are fully operationalized in terms of IFMIS, and we are using a system called GPay, that's government pay, to make our payments.
The expansive nature of Samburu County means that the road network linking various destinations is a key factor in facilitating transport and development activities. The road network in the county has been a challenge for many years, and with its docket attracting much focus due to its importance, the Ministry of Public Works, Water and Sanitation kicked off its mandate with the rehabilitation of existing roads, fixing sanitation and drainage systems, as well as providing water services.
In regard to roads, we improved 29.3 kilometers of Maral roads, 280 kilometers of rural roads. We procured a consultant for Seya Bridge, and currently the consultant is on site.
The government allocated 200 million shillings to rehabilitate the road network in the county, in addition to providing graders, improving accessibility in the otherwise far-flung isolated areas. "300 kilometers of road were done outside Maralal.
Na mnashukuru sana akaunti, sababu hata kama ni kitu moja amekusaidia. Sikukuwa naye. Mimi nimeona kitu ngapi? Amenipendesha. Nimeona barabara ametengeneza, hakukuwa namna hii. Ilikuwa mbaya zaidi, na amesharibu kutengeneza. Niliona hospitali yetu akaunti imetengeneza na madawa iko na akawekea fence, bado naendelea mjengo saa hii.
The county government has invested in water programs, and in the past 1 year, areas that never had running water like Baragoi and Archers are now having piped clean water for both domestic and livestock needs.
We have also constructed a 35,000 cubic meters water pan in Soito Naibor in Samburu North that will provide water to livestock and the communities living within those areas. We have as well subsidized provision of water services for Maralal urban area, where we have covered 75% of the cost of providing water services by subsidizing Mawasco. Mawasco is Maralal Water and Sanitation Company that is providing services in Maralal town. We have also procured 50 number water tanks to aid us in water tracking, and we have distributed them within the county in order to ensure that people who migrate from one area to another are able to get water services. And we use water buses to transport water and provide in those areas where we have provided the water tanks. And as well in dispensaries and schools where there are shortages of water services. We have procured a consultant that is on site to design Maralal sewage system, get us the optimal site to treat and dispose our sewage. And we have also procured another consultant for Maralal stormwater drainage. We understand that Maralal is situated in a low area surrounded by hills, and in the future we are foreseeing a situation where the town might be submerged if there is no proper drainage.
Owing to many years of underdevelopment, there has not been sufficient space for operations of government business. In the last financial year, the government started investing in infrastructural development, and a 4-story office building is in the making.
We have also started the Maralal street lighting to cover 8 kilometers of Maralal town. And we have as well designed and supervised public construction and renovation works within the county.
In the health sector, the government has identified critical areas of its strategic objectives in improving the quality and accessibility of health services within the county. One of those is the expansion of the existing health facilities like the Maralal District Hospital.
Only 9% of our mothers have been accessing maternal health care, and this has really affected the childhood mortality rates. They are quite high, close to 300 per 100,000 births. And these are the issues we want to reverse. We've been able to do maternity and transform our health centers for better service provision. Issues to do with HIV/AIDS, the prevalence is quite high, standing at 5%. And these are the issues we are working to reverse through awareness, through provision of health services, and by improving healthcare service delivery.
The district hospital has this year benefited from medical supplies and equipment to cover for the deficit in meeting patient needs. The government has also sought to increase the number of level 4 facilities with adequate utility and ambulance services vehicles from 1 to 4. Wamba Dispensary is one health center that has benefited from the new health program, having received medical supplies worth 20 million shillings and 24-hour ambulance services.
You see, this is the cylinder, oxygen cylinder, that whenever we refer a patient who requires oxygen, we should also have the oxygen there. This is the bed for the patient. The patient we are referring will be lying here. We also have the observations. We have to also take observations. That's the blood pressure machine is there. Maybe some patients also might require, especially the patients who are in coma, they might require some sanctioning. Maybe they have some secretions and you need to sanction. So the machine you see there is our sanction machine. That's for sanctioning. The one you see also there is the blood pressure machine, and this is the oxygen cylinder. Since the county government took over, that was from last year, this is now our second year, we have really benefited a lot because we have received some drugs every quarter yearly. We receive our drugs as per our consumption. One Bell Center is serving a population of around, per our annual work plan, a population of 5,664. But in reality, we are serving more than that. We are serving around 12,000 population. And since it's the only health facility, government facility around, offering free services, most of the population flocks to our facility. But so far, with the help of the county government, they are supplying us the drugs on time. At least we are able to support them. Also, the beginning of this month also, we have received the new ambulance, the one you can see here, which has really assisted us. Since we received, we have referred several patients to the Catholic Hospital.
In addition to equipping the existing health facilities, other new dispensaries have been established in the far-flung areas where accessibility has been difficult.
I've been here for 1 year, since April last year. When I came here, the dispensary had no drugs. It had no furniture. For sure, it had nothing. I started from zero. We started borrowing drugs from other dispensaries at the health centers. That is the time we now started, the dispensary started operating by May last year. We started ordering the drugs. From that time, the county government have been useful to ourselves. For now, we have received the drugs twice from KEMSA. They are enough for the dispensary. In our facility, we have a number of respiratory tract infections, pneumonia. We have a great number of gastroenteritis cases. The drugs I have, maybe it's costing the government around 4 million.
Samburu is also home to an enduring and immense natural resource, the Samburu National Reserve, which is endowed with different species of wildlife, most notably the Big Five. Tourism is a major revenue earner for the county, considering the natural and cultural endowment that the county enjoys. And in securing this important sector, the government has taken elaborate measures in promoting the trade by facilitating conservation efforts.
The Samburu County government really recognizes this sector as a very potential in terms of tourism development and economic development. we do say that the safari is not complete unless you come to Samburu.
Among the conservancies that have benefited from the government's conservation efforts is the Westgate Conservancy at Archers, which in the last financial year received a 2 million shilling grant towards improving its tourism facilities and projects.
Westgate Conservancy is a community initiative that was established in 2005 with key programs like holistic management, wildlife conservation, tourism, and then community development. The institution is managed by the community, 100% managed by the community. Westgate is made up of 3 institutions in one. It's a conservancy by itself, as well as a group branch, and as well as a company.
The idea of conservancies did not only boost the security efforts, but it also complemented the conservation initiatives in checking poaching by deploying and equipping community rangers in those conservancies.
The rangers particularly are recruited to take care of this wildlife, to discourage poaching. I can say that also Samburu is blessed to be the only place where we have some endangered species, particularly the gravy zebra, some species of the wild dog, and some species of the giraffe. So these rangers are mandated to protect this wildlife so that as we develop our conservation programs and our tourism objective, we have this wildlife protected.
Every August month of the year, the county hosts this unique event which attracts huge numbers of guests and participants, most notably international tourists who come to enjoy the rocking ride. This year, Maralal town, which has become the prestigious destination of the event, hosted the 25th edition of the Camel Derby.
Welcome to 25th Maralal International Camel Derby. I also want to thank our sponsors and partners. I want you to note that we are growing. This time around, we are happy to host more visitors, to host more entrants. And I want to announce that come next year, it will even be bigger. Camel Derby is officially launched. 3, 2, 1, go!
Having identified tourism as a major sector in the growth of the county economy, the government plans to invest heavily in various tourism programs in the coming years. The rich culture of the Samburu community, reinforced by the Turkana customs and traditions, is an enduring source of attraction in promotion of tourism and cultural education.
In this place, we are in a setup of a cultural manyata, whereby we have constructed 3 Samburu manyatas and 3 Turkana manyatas. The reason why we construct cultural manyatas, why I had constructed this cultural manyata, first of all, is to represent the culture, diverse culture of our county, because we have the Turkana culture and we have the Samburu culture represented here. We are going to improve it by having a kiro shop in between the 2 cultural manyatas, whereby they will be selling their own cultural items to all the tourism passing through this road to Lake Turkana. We shall also have a cultural week within the constituency level. So our main aim is actually to improve the livelihood of our women by giving them self-generating income activities.
Samburu County shares an important political Kenyan history. At some place in the Milimani area in Maralal town, there stands a modest 3-bedroomed house that was for a whole year home to the first president of the Republic of Kenya, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta.
This house was built way back in 1959, not for Kenyatta, but for senior colonial administrators who have been working here in Samburu. Brought under the National Museums of Kenya in 1972, but officially gazetted as a national monument way back in 1977, before President Kenyatta passed on. This house was serving as a reconciliation area where the white Ricons want to build a rapport with Mzee Kenyatta. This first bedroom you see here was his guest room. When he lived here, he was allowed to be visited by our prominent personalities. So people like Jaramogi, Tomboya, Roman Ingala, Moi himself, James Gichiru, Mbuyu Koinange, John Keane visited him here. But all those people I mentioned didn't come as a team, one person at a time. He finally completed the book here and titled the book Facing Mount Kenya. As you stand here very early in the morning and in the evening, you can see a complete Mount Kenya on a clear day.
This house is now an archival property of the National Museums of Kenya and forms a prestigious piece of tourist attraction where guests pay visits to experience that defining history of our motherland.
We want to improve this house. 1, renovate the house. 2, we want to do some exhibition covering the struggle of our independence, because this is where our independence was negotiated. Apart from that, we are also interested in covering the cultural aspect of the communities living here. As you may well aware that this area is one of the conflict-prone area. The county is really on steadfast of bringing this community together in order to coexist. So this area will also serve as a peace and reconciliation center.
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture is not only promoting preservation of culture, but is also exploring ways of harnessing youth talent by promoting sports. Toward this end, the county government is giving a facelift to the Maralal Stadium as a viable destination of sporting activity for the young people.
We're improving it so that we make it a standardized stadium so that you can use for sports activities. I have also constructed 15 playgrounds, 1 in each ward. The main aim is actually to help the youth to have recreation when they are idle. When they are not in classes, when they are not looking after animals, they can come and play.
It is now more than 1 year since we came into office as Samburu County government. And as the governor came in and myself, we were pretty much aware of the challenges that are going to that is facing our county. And we are working towards that using the resources, the devolved resources, to address this kind of issues. Our biggest gem is in the livestock sector. So in order for us to address this poverty level, we need, and the county government is planning, to give credit facilities to livestock traders, women groups and youth, in order for them to engage in economic activities and get empowered economically and hence reduce poverty. Apart from the oil, which has not yet been explored in Samburu North, we have huge deposits of chromite, of iron ore, limestone, copper, huge deposits just lying to be exploited in Samburu North. Geothermal power, the green energy sector of geothermal power, wind energy, solar energy, these are major investment areas which the county government will work towards in order to attract foreign direct investments to our county to explore and invest in the exploration of these resources, which is going to contribute greatly to the economy of our county, the community, and the national economy. In the future, as we go forward, Samburu County in the next 3-4 years will be a different place from the place we found.
The advent of devolution is a dream come true for the county of Samburu. The leaders have demonstrated a high level of unity, and in most cases you find them together at functions, deliberating on matters and sharing their mind on how to move this great county forward. Long live Samburu! Long live the rich culture of the people of Samburu, the land of great terrain and immense potential.